Yo, I'm Marion's Legacy. You're watching The Peach Pitch, I don't even know what it is anymore. We're talking about the new album, the debut record from Dry Cleaning, New Long Leg. It's new, it's long, and it's a leg. This is the debut record from the UK-based post-punk, art punk, whatever you want to freaking call it, band from South London. Yeah, South London, not North London, not East or West. South, baby. Dry Cleaning, who recently signed to 4AD Records, a record label that is primarily for a lot of indie pop and rock artists that are veterans at this point. I mean, we're talking about The National. We're talking about Tune Yards. We're talking about Deer Hunter. I don't want to include Grimes, so I'm not going to say Grimes. Dry Cleaning is a pretty unique band, to say the very least, coming out of this boom of recent post-punk, British, UK-based bands that are very young and bright and talented. I'm not going to go too into it because I've mentioned it quite a few times. I just mentioned it if you watched my Squid review. Dry Cleaning is a pretty unique act, not only because of the group's groovy guitars and bass that are very enjoyable and on the ears. Florence Shaw, the lead singer vocalist in this band, is the most unique aspect of Dry Cleaning. She has this very deadpan and dry delivery, which actually kind of reminds me of Kim Gordon. Those comparisons are a little similar in terms of her sense of humor and her observational wit, overtly describing things too, and describing what she's seeing, what she's doing, what she's thinking, a pretty unique fashion to her songwriting and her singing and her performing. It sounds like she's narrating through these songs oftentimes instead of singing, even though she does sing some pretty nice melodies from time to time. They're pretty dang nice, Florence. Pretty nice. Like a nice floral blend of Starbucks. I have it over there, like the spring day blend at Starbucks. We're not talking about no coffee that's been sitting out at your Dunkin' for 2 hours. No, we're not talking about that. And another thing, you know what, guys? I'm just going to say it. Dunkin', it's not that good. America runs on Dunkin', more like America runs away from Dunkin'. Shots fired. Your move next, Duncan. What am I talking about? Oh, there's also a sense of new wave and early 90s like indie rock influence in the band's music, the band's instrumentals. And it's full of these punchy, bright guitar grooves and bass too. And the percussion's, it's good too. But I would say the guitars, the bass are really a focal point on this record, as well as the drum machines too, that you tend to hear through some tracks. It's pretty minimalist, it's pretty industrial, but I do like that subtleness of the drum machines. They really add a lot. As far as the vocals go, I don't think it's for everyone. I really don't, For a songwriter to write, I think of myself as a hardy banana with that waxy surface and the small, delicate flowers. I mean, it's not for everyone, but I really enjoy it and appreciate it, and it's really funny. There's a lot of funny lines across this record, and I would say very memorable too. One of the key reasons why this record's so enjoyable and fun. And the riffs are quite catchy and sticky, and the bass is popping off. To be specific, the echoing guitars on Scratchcard Lanyard, or Scratchcard Lanyard, is my favorite track on the record. It's the best single. It's one of the lead singles off this record, and has some of the best guitar grooves and drum machines. And the beats on top of this sound so satisfying. The title track has arguably the best guitars on this record and the best melodies. It's fantastic. I love the title track. New Long Leg, baby. And it would have snuck nicely on the radio in the 90s. It would have just killed it, man. It would have killed it. It would have killed it, man. It would have just, like, murdered the whole airwaves. One of my favorite lines is on this track, too, which it's, would you choose a dentist with a messy back garden like that? I don't think so. I really like the hand claps, the atmospheric drum machine on Leafy. It's a nice vibe. I can vibe with this track. I do vibe with this track heavily. The abrasive and pummeling instrumentation on Unsmart Lady is something I could really appreciate, and the steady and meditative grooves on Strong Feelings are nice as well. There's some nice acoustic instrumentation on Her Hippo, and some really nice guitar textures on ALC. Also, just for future reference, artists and bands and such. If you have a track that's called John Wick on your album, you're going to get bonus points from me, okay? Because John Wick, I freaking love John Wick, okay? I can't explain how much I love this movie franchise. It's one of my favorite movie franchises. Keanu Reeves is an absolute just majestic beast on these movies. And if you have a song that mentions that, you're going to get, you know what? You're not going to just get bonus points. You're going to get brownie points as well. You're going to get brownie points. And one other thing that's very notable is on the track John Wick, there is an Antiques Roadshow breakdown in the lyrics. There is an Antiques Roadshow breakdown in the lyrics. Antiques Roadshow. It's absolutely hilarious. Shaw describes essentially how the show has been changing over the years and how she's just sitting watching it and just noticing it. Like, the reason the price reveals were so good was because we had to wait for them. Like, that's on the track. I'm not making this up. I wish I was, but I'm not. I'm just not as funny as Florence Shaw. And to my eyes, the album cover represents this man-made industrial perspective on society and its societal mishaps and everything. I mean, that's what I get from it. I mean, it might not even be what they're thinking of, but that's what I get from it. I would say the band's music quite snugly fits into those themes of this cover that I'm seeing too. And the grooves, the guitars, the lyrics, the vocals, all of that really encompasses this band in a very distinctive and unique way. I think after hearing New Long Leg, you know a dry cleaning song when you hear one. Florence Shaw's deadpan narrations of thinking about eating a hot dog for hours or being at a cafe that has a sushi counter and a counter that did pastries and mixed salads isn't for everyone, you know. I could see a lot of people being turned off by this or actually hating it. I could see some people getting a little pissed off at hearing her observations and her narrations across these tracks, but it's something I really enjoy, and I think it's so cool about this record. It's so funny, and I think even the lyrics alone, I think is worth revisiting. But the grooves, the melodies, the hooks, the songs themselves are definitely a good reason to return to them too. And when listening to the whole record from start to finish, I mean, instrumentally, it can be a little one-dimensional at times, and it could be a little dry too with the production and mixing. I think it could use a little bit of water to maintain it. Maybe put some new soil in it and pour some water in it. Maybe put like a fake little tiny bird on it for decoration. You know what I'm saying, right? What I mean is like a little bit more experimentation or stylistic shifts or change-ups, you know, which there is variation, you know, but I wish there's a little bit more. But these complaints are very little itty-bitty, the itty-bitty ditty committee. I did really end up enjoying New Long Leg in a surprising way. I didn't know what to expect going into this, and it's a really fun venture. It's a fun listen. I really enjoyed this. And I think if you find these lyrics to be funny and interesting and entertaining, and also the guitar melodies and hooks and the bass, I think you'll find a lot of great things about New Long Leg. And hopefully in the future, this band will grow and keep getting better and better. And they definitely have a lot going for them. Hopefully there'll be some more Antiques Roadshow breakdowns in the near future. If I had to rate this thing out of 10, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. From what I've lost in my hairline, I've only grown in my love for music. The Peach Pitch, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Good luck, and God bless.